Light streaming through the leaves onto you, and your face all blue. I see what I had not known. Can we stay here longer? Can we stay until tomorrow? Can we stay here longer? Can we stay until tomorrow? Can we stay here? Welcome everybody to the Practitioner Journey webinar. Thank you all for coming. We've got quite a few people in the room, which is great, and I'm sure there will be a lot of other people listening to the recording. So I am a stickler for time, so I don't want to waste your time. I hope you've all got some lunch or a tea or a coffee and you're ready to spend the next hour just really immersing yourself into the business side of your business, because I'm going to take you on the journey. I'm going to give you some clarity around where you might be at in your business currently, but also what you can do if you want to grow your business and get to the next level. So let's get straight into it. Just make sure my slides are working. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nikki White. I am a business mentor, I'm a practitioner, and my sole purpose in my business world is to help practitioners on the business side of their business. Why? Because I've been in small business for 10 years. I used to run a virtual assistant business. On the personal side of my journey, I discovered theta healing, and I was doing that, and I was doing many theta healing courses, and I loved it. And what happened was I was in a graduation ceremony of a course, and I watched all these certificates being handed out, and the attendees of the course being saying to them, off you go and be, you know, great theta healers. And I looked around the room and I thought, wow, a lot of these people wouldn't know how to even start running their business. So I guess for me, that was my aha moment, that I could mix my beautiful energy skills and spirituality in with my business knowledge and really help practitioners to upskill themselves on the business side of the business. I guess the overarching reason why I do this and why I get up every day and help practitioners is because I'd really like to see the professionalism of the natural therapy industry raised so that we can be a viable option to people when they're sick or for their health, so that it is a viable option for somebody to go and have an acupuncture treatment or a Reiki session just as much as it is to go and see a doctor and get some antibiotics. And I really believe that that starts with upskilling us in business and making us more professional in the services that we offer, and hence that will help our industry. For those of you who've never been on a webinar before, there is a chat area that you can click on at any time. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I will try and keep my eye on the chat area. If I miss it, don't freak out. I'll come back to it at the end and I will have a look and really make sure that people who've asked a question have it answered, and there'll be time at the end to ask questions as well. I also, before I get into it, I just want to say up front that this is not a sales webinar. This is not one of those free webinars where I'm going to do a big pitch to you at the end. There's not going to be any buy now and get all these discounts today. I'm really just doing this to educate you. Of course, I'm going to be sharing with you the offerings that I have, but it's not a sales pitch. It's really more just so that you know what's available to you. If I resonate with you as a presenter and somebody that you think you could work with, fantastic. If not, take the information that I've given you today, use it for all it's worth, and and that's it. So I just really wanted to preface that up front so that you're not sitting there expecting a big sales pitch at the end of the webinar. So let's get into it. The analogy that I'm going to use today is a train. And the reason I'm doing that is because I was really thinking about how could I graphically demonstrate the practitioner journey, and I was going through stepping stones and rocks and pebbles and all that kind of thing, but everything led to somewhere. And I guess the biggest message that I want to give to you today is that the practitioner journey is a circle. It's all on one level. There is no stage that is better than another stage. There is no stage that is right. There is no stage that there is the end destination. It is basically wherever you feel comfortable at in your business journey, then that is the most appropriate place for you to go to and stay at. There is no right or wrong, and I can't stress that enough. I'm going to use the train stations as the analogies of the stages of business, and there is not one station that's better than the other. You can stop wherever you like on this journey. So let's imagine that we're getting on the train and you can stop at any station you like as we go through this. You can stay there as long as you like. You can get as prepared as you want to go to the next level before you to the next station before we jump back on the train and go. And what's going to determine this is your ambition, your mindset, your personal circumstances, what you want to get out of your business, all that kind of thing. The analogy of the train also is you can go backwards. There is no harm on getting on the train and going back a stage or back a station. So really up to you. So there's no hard and fast rule. This is just a guide. It's the way I see a practitioner journey happening. You may think there's other steps, and that's totally okay. So I'll get into it and I'll share with you. Actually, the first tip that I want to share with you today is that don't wait until your products are perfect. So many of us wait for perfection to get something out to the market, whether it's our websites or whatever it is, a brochure or whatever. And I just want to be really honest and upfront with you here that when I very first came up with the train analogy for this webinar, what I had in mind was beautiful animations of trains moving around and beautiful images and all that kind of thing. And I just thought, wow, that's going to take me a really long time to put all that together. It's going to be expensive. I'll have to pay for graphic designers, and I'm not sure how long that's going to take. And I just really want to get this information out to the market. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Yep, this is not ideal. It's not graphically animated like I thought it would be, but it still gives you the message. So don't feel that you have to wait for things to be perfect before you release them. I also want to say that throughout this journey, things will change, that you may have 4 or 5 different websites. You may have a rebrand, a different logo, a different marketing message. We're actually not going to get into that nitty-gritty detail in today's presentation. So it won't be, okay, you're at this stage, you'll need a website. You're going to need a website right from the beginning, but it's how you're going to adapt that and how you're going to change that. And you know, as you go on your journey, are you going to niche into a certain clientele area? They're all things that are taken as a given for this journey. And we're really not going to be that specific, but I just want you to know that it's okay to have 4 or 5 different versions of a website throughout your business journey. And it's okay to be starting out broad and then niching later. It's okay to make mistakes, and we're all going to do that in our business journey. Trial and error and getting out of our comfort zone is one of the biggest things that makes being a business owner hard, and feeling like we failed when we get something wrong. So all those things are totally acceptable on this journey. And I really hope by the end of this journey and by the end of this webinar that I'll have given you enough information so that you've got a platform where you really believe that you sit, and a station where you can really sit and shine, that I've given those of you who want to play bigger than what you're playing now, have the confidence to do that. I hope that you'll have a vision and a goal of where you want to take your business and where you possibly can take your business. But most of all, I hope that you've given yourself permission to be yourself and follow your heart in the business world, and know that what is right for you is going to be right for you. So let's jump on this train and let's take off to the very first station. The very first station is self-healing and discovery. Doesn't matter how many practitioners I meet, everybody's had a journey. They've had a story. They've had some reason that has led them to discovering their modality. That could be an illness. It could be depression. It could be a marriage breakup, stress. They've left corporate. It's something that they've always dabbled in. There is always this period of self-healing and discovery. And when you're at this stage, this is the stage where you may be attending a college and you may be receiving education about your particular modality. You may be in corporate and dabbling in your practitioner side part-time. You may be thinking about going back to the workforce after having children and wondering how can you use your passion to do something that you really love. So at this stage, you're studying and really not earning much of an income. And you're probably practicing on friends and family and just really getting your confidence around your modality. So if you are in this phase of your journey, what can you do to enhance it? Well, basically, you're going to keep working on yourself. One of the biggest myths of being a practitioner is that we can heal somebody in one session. And I see that so many times that people say, well, if I rebook them in for another session, doesn't that mean I've failed? No, we are all working on ourselves constantly all the time. And this, when you are in this stage of your business journey, working on yourself and really working through your fears is the best thing that you can be doing. And practice on anybody and everybody you can. If you can be practicing for a small amount of payment, that's fantastic. Otherwise, it's just trying to get as much experience as you can. When you're feeling comfortable in this stage of your journey, and if you feel that you're going to be ready to take this somewhere and that you aren't just doing it for your own satisfaction, then there's things that you can do. If you are at this stage and you think, you know what, I don't want to make a business out of this. I don't want to earn money. I just want to practice. I just want to help people and I just want to do it on my friends and family, then that's totally fine. But it is not a business. So to prepare yourself to move to the next level, you need to start learning some business skills. Even if you've come from corporate, running a small business is completely different to being, they think, well, I've been in corporate and I know a lot of stuff, and they do, but when they have to be a jack of all trades in their own business, it gets very confronting for them. So how can you prepare and how can you learn business skills? There is a free website called mywellnessbusiness.com.au. Here is a little snapshot of it. It is a full resource area full of articles, videos, lovely inspiring quotes, and it is the place where you can get as much business information as you possibly can, and we're constantly updating it with new information. If you go there and there's a specific topic that you have wanted to learn about and you can't see any information about it there, please let me know. I am more than happy to keep adding stuff based on requests. Otherwise, at the moment, I'm just adding stuff as I go, as it comes to me, as I find things, as I'm working with clients along the way. So if you are looking to get into the very first stages of your business, this is a fantastic website for you to start visiting. But let's move on our train journey to the next station. The next station is a hobby business. I get a little bit cranky when I use the word hobby business, and I really don't want you to take offense from this word. because having a hobby business is really fantastic. It's just more having the awareness about it. So there are so many great hobby businesses out there. And really, if you're in a position that you don't need to earn income for you to survive, meaning you have a husband or a wife who is the main income earner, and they are the ones that are supporting the household, and you can do your business as a hobby, that's fantastic. It takes all the pressure off you, and you can just really, really enjoy your business. And I encourage you to enjoy every moment of your business because it's such a nice spot to be in. What defines a hobby business? It's not about the numbers. It's not about the longevity of how long you've been there. It's really about your mindset and how you view yourself and your business. But typically, you are working on your own. There is no regularity to your clients. So perhaps one week you might see 3, the next week you might see 10. And really you're booking your clients in around your personal schedule. So you don't really have specific work days. You are just running a business, and if somebody rings you up and says, hey, can I get a massage or a Reiki treatment? You go, yeah, sure, and you look at your diary and you book it around you or your children or whatever it is. So there's not really any rhyme or reason to how you schedule your day. And the other thing that I see a lot when in hobby businesses is people don't have business accounts. So the money that they're earning from their clients is still going into a personal account or a joint account with their spouse or partner. Also, a lot of mums have hobby businesses so that they can work around their kids. And I see them check out at school holidays and spend 2 weeks with the kids and then come back to their business. So like I said, please don't take offense. If this is where you're at in your business, then that is totally fine. And really, it's a fantastic place to be, like I said, if you don't have to have the stress of working your business for a profit. At this point, you probably have very basic business skills. You're starting to hear little snippets around what it is that you should be doing. There's not really any systems. There's not a lot of marketing. It's a bit ad hoc, and you may be dabbling in social media. But most of the time, your clients are word of mouth. They're just coming to you and you're booking them around to fit into your schedule. In terms of how much money you may be earning in a hobby business, anything from nothing up to $15,000. And $15,000 seems to be the threshold, and that's per annum, seems to be the threshold, and that's where the tax department also starts to class you as a proper business. So anything less than that, where your mindset is it's all about fitting in around your lifestyle, then you are classed as a hobby business. So if you are a hobby business, what can you do to enhance it? Well, first of all, I've said it 3 times, I think already, enjoy it. Enjoy this stage of your business where you do have the flexibility. What I would do if I was only going to run a hobby business, I would focus on providing really great service to my clients so that there was a lot of word of mouth referral. It would be the best way for you to build your business up, really enticing your clients to refer other friends to you, and then looking at some kind of an email newsletter that you would send out. So at this stage, it's really about enhancing your client relationships, keeping them happy, really providing a great service and doing the best you can to be the best practitioner that you can to those people. If you are in a hobby business and you think, you know what, this is great, but I can do more and I really want to do more, what can you do to move to the next level? Then what I would do is start to prepare. And the things that I would be doing is really embracing my fears around stepping out, about owning the modality that I do. And if you can't embrace them and clear them with the modality you do, find some other practitioners to help you, and at the very least have an awareness of them. It's also really important that if you're going from a hobby to the next phase of business, you need to be ready to invest in your business, in your education, and also into the growth of your business. I see a lot of people trying to get to the next stage by not spending any money, and it just doesn't happen. It's at the point where you go, okay, you know what? I really am going to make a go of this, and I need to make an investment in myself. It's about working on your business as well as in it. So really starting to learn some skills that you can apply to build your business, because you're going to start to increase your clients and you're going to start to need to learn how to manage that. So what I offer is a business called Wellness Hubs Australia. And what I suggest is, if you're really ready to step up from hobby into the next phase of business, is to really learn business skills through Wellness Hubs Australia, and not just come and learn the skills, but also implement the learnings. It's all very well to say, yes, I'm going to attend and learn business stuff, but if there is no implementation, you won't be ready to move to the next stage. And that's a big area I see a lot of practitioners fall down in as well, is the lack of implementation. So what is Wellness Hubs Australia? Wellness Hubs Australia is a networking group that is not a networking group. It's actually a net learning group. So we meet on a regular monthly basis in areas all around Australia. There is 13 hubs currently around Australia. There is Perth, Melbourne, Sydney, Canberra, Newcastle, Central Coast. In Sydney, there is 7 hubs. So it's finding an area near you where there is a hub and going along. So there is a business speaker presenting at each hub. It's a chance for you to really learn about a specific business topic, take the learnings and implement that into your business. But it's also a chance for you to meet and connect with other wellness business owners to help your business along, for referrals, for companionship and collaboration. So if you're really getting serious about moving your business to the next level, Wellness Hubs is a great place for you to start and to get your business information. But remember, implementation is key. So if we're prepared and we're going to move on to the next level, let's jump back onto our train and travel to the next station. Now, the next station is a solo business owner. The solo business area is the biggest stage of business for most practitioners. There are so many different options that you can stay here forever and be totally comfortable, and many practitioners do. It can go from working on your own with 10 clients a week to 30 clients a week. Really, as much as you can build your business for you, for just yourself working on it, that's the scope of the solo business. You would be seeing regular clients on a regular basis. So you would potentially be working full-time in your business or part-time on really set days. The mindset shift of a solo business compared to a hobby business is you start to now have set working days. You book your clients in at set appointment times. You're really getting your systems sorted. You're getting your business skills up. You're probably doing a bit more promotion and marketing, probably ad hoc at the early stages, and then as you grow and become more confident in your solo business, it would be getting a lot more proficient, and you'd end up with marketing plans. You can also be a solo business and work in somebody else's clinic, so you don't have to be working from home in a solo business. Many people are, but many people are also running their solo business in somebody else's clinic. The way you would define if you're a solo business in somebody else's clinic is that you're doing your own marketing. And I know that most wellness centres out there have that model where they bring in a practitioner, but that practitioner basically just rents a room and it's still their own business. If you were at a wellness centre where they were doing the marketing for you and you just turned up and saw clients, that would be more of an employee relationship where you wouldn't be as much of a business owner. You can get into overwhelm in this stage because you start to juggle clients and your time and working on the business and all that kind of thing. And what might you be earning at this stage? Well, really, any scope between 15,000 to 100,000 a year. And even above that, really, you can take your solo business to as big as you possibly want. So let's talk about how would you enhance your solo business. Let's say that you've just jumped up from hobby, and what would be the first kinds of things that you do? Things that you would do is to start booking up clients as much as possible. And what would take you through the scale of your solo business is how many, obviously, meaning how much money you earn, but you're going to max out. You're going to get to the point where you have so many limited hours in the day, and you can only fill that with so many clients. And at that point, you would have an incredibly successful solo business. You would be totally booked up, working full-time in your business, and earning good money and really loving what you do. But can you take your solo business further? Absolutely. Other options do we have? Well, quite a few actually. So when you've actually maxed out with your time for money, you start, and what I mean by swapping time for money is it's your hours is maxed out. So you really can only earn as much money as you can spend hours in your business. So to grow a bigger solo business without swapping time for money is you start to offer things like this. So whether you're going to sell products either online or at your consultations, you could run workshops for your clients, you could do online training, speaking, run webinars, and the little black person in the corner is meditation classes. So it really doesn't matter, but it's starting to think outside the square of just servicing clients in your practice, of how you can expand your solo business. And trust me, there are some absolutely solo business owners out there rocking it and earning really decent money by taking their businesses in these directions, as well as seeing clients at the same time. So a solo business is definitely a model that works for most people, and it's a really nice way of staying comfortable, working on your own, and in branching out your business as much as you can to your clientele and to your target audience. So that's all very well. To grow your business to capacity, I should have mentioned, things that you would be doing is getting marketing plans, systems into your business. You'd start to outsource the tasks that you don't want to other people, and then go from there. So how do you, in a solo business person, if you've just got off the train from Hobbytown and you've jumped into solo business, how do you actually learn all this stuff? This is where I spend most of my time with people. And I have a 10-step program that I take people through, and I'm just going to talk you through the 10 essential steps that I believe are really important to a solo business owner. The first one is goal setting. If you don't have an idea of where you're going to go, of where you want to take your business, you're not going to go anywhere. Part of the reason of doing this webinar was to give you the clarity around what's available for you so that you can start to choose your goals. The next area that I think people really lack in is practitioners is their time management. Really working out how much time do you have to see clients, how much time do you have to work on your clients, because remember, you need to work on your business to do the marketing and the management of it to really keep creating that flow of clients. So managing your time around how you do all that, especially as your business gets busier and busier, it's incredibly important. The third area is your business maths. This is how much you charge for your service. Is it the right value? Is it right for you? Is it gaining you money? Is it making it profitable? And also showing you how to manage your finances. So really how to read your profit and loss statements, what you should be doing, how to know how much money you're earning. Because if you are not in control of your finances, you won't be in control of your business. The fourth essential step in a solo business is to learn about client retention. In a hobby, we talked about it very briefly, and in this solo business, even more important. How can you keep those clients coming back to you through referrals and other methods of client retention? The fifth one is knowing who your target audience is. So really nailing it in. At this point in your business, you start to really niche. What are you good at? Who are you attracting? What kind of people are coming to you? What is the scenarios that you've been through in your life, and what have you got to share? So it's really working out who that target audience is for you, and then niching into that into that target audience with your marketing and all your messaging. The next stage is websites. Like I said, websites will be through the whole area, but at this stage as a solo business owner, it's really important to start to learn how to manage your own website so that you're not losing money by paying not designers, but coders and people who update websites for small changes that you could do yourself, but also how that your website should look, how it's going to bring people in the door. Very much about marketing in this area. Again, content and social media, again, marketing. What content should you have in your site? What social media should you be using? How are you going to attract the clients to your business so that you can get to absolute capacity where you're really rocking your solo business? And having the marketing plan. Like I said before, in the time management, you need to have time to be marketing your business so that you can increase your client base. But you cannot do that without a plan. So it's learning how to plan for your marketing, how to put that in place, how to get that out there to your people. Having sales conversations and how you package your services. I talked before about all the extra services that you can provide as a solo business, but how do you package that, and how do you get your clients to go from one to the other and stay with you and buy several different things from you and not just be a one-off purchase? And then lastly, the systems and procedures. You cannot be growing from a early solo business to an established, successful solo business without systems and procedures. And you cannot jump back on that train unless you're starting to really think about systems and procedures to grow your business from here. They sound boring. They're totally essential in business. It's something that I'm really passionate about. And I actually love working with practitioners to get them installed. So they're my 10 essential steps that if you're in this solo business stage and you're just at the start of it, these are the things that you really should be thinking about to build your solo business to get it rocking stage where you're really happy with it and earning the kind of money that you want to earn to keep you and your family sustainable. But how do you get all this education? So I provide that for you through a business pathway program. It is a 12-month program where we have 10 face-to-face sessions, which takes you through those 10 areas I just showed you. That is the learning phase of the program. We then have 8 monthly phone calls after that where you're really implementing. I said at the beginning that you cannot be a successful practitioner without implementation. Nobody can do this for you. I see so many practitioners sitting back in the blame and excuse of blaming other people for their business not working. At the end of the day, we're all business owners and the buck stops with us. If we can't implement, we will not move forward in our businesses. So you'll also get 12 months access to a resource area with other information. You also get 12 months membership to Wellness Hubs Australia, and you have live connection with me and the other participants via Facebook group. If this is something that you think you might be interested in, the website is there that you can go to, mywellnessbusiness.com.au/mentoring, and the next session is starting on Monday, the 10th of August in Sydney. If you are in Melbourne, Queensland, any other state of Australia, I am happy to talk to you individually about putting a program on if there is enough interest there. So if you're in a solo business, but you think, gosh, there is more, I want to move to the next stage of my business, what do you need to do to prepare? I said it before, start really getting your systems into place, really rocking your time management, planning for how you're going to grow your business, thinking about how you want to grow your business, looking at what goals you've got. Now that you're going to go from a solo business owner, you're going to start to think about human resource. So you start educating yourself around HR and what that means for you. And you'd really be writing a business plan at this stage for your growth. And then I also have another program called a business growth program. That's on an application only basis, and I'm not really going to go into the nitty-gritty detail about that now, but suffice to say that if you are rocking your solo business and you are ready to step up to the next station and the next area of growth, then the business growth program would be for you. And we will cover a lot of what I'm talking about today in this area and the next. So let's get back on the train and go to the next station and the next stage of our practitioner business. And this is a small business. What differentiates the small business from a solo business is this is where you start to become a manager and that you start to bring on other people to work in your business. Why would you do this? Because I said in the last stage that you get to the point where you're swapping your time for money and that maxes out. So one way that you can grow your solo business was all the products and the other offerings that you can do, the webinars and the workshops and things like that. But then if you wanted to go in the different direction of employing people, that would take you into a small business stage. So you could be employing 1 to 2 staff. At that point, you'd probably be seeing about 30 to 60 clients a week. You as the practice owner or the business owner would be doing staff management as well as working on the business and probably still seeing your own clients. So you would start to be juggling a lot more areas of the business. You also might take the option that you reduce your hours of working with clients and that you bring somebody in to work the other days. So depending on your setup, like you may have an area that's got spare rooms so that you can all work together and be bringing in more income that way. But you might just have one room where you decide that you've got days or times that you don't work and you bring somebody in, so you're maximizing that. At this point, you would either have employees, or if you had contractors, you'd be taking a cut of them working in your business. This is really about you getting extra income by not working. So it's kind of a passive income, but you still have the management of the people and things like that. What might you be earning? You may be earning anywhere from 100,000 up at this point. If you've really got a rocking solo business and you turn it into a small business, at this point you'd be earning good money. You'd be very busy, but you'd be enjoying life and having a great small business. So what can you do to enhance your small business? Again, attend to the business growth program. Start to really continue working on your systems and your procedures. The retention of your contractors or your staff is really going to depend on that. Also, your HR knowledge that we would have learnt in the jump from solo to small business, that's really going to come into play here. I said before you'd be juggling many balls. This is really where your time management and your business management skills would kick up. You'd have definite structured marketing and you'd have a lot of time on staff management. Don't underestimate the amount of time that a staff management role actually takes. And the more that you commit to this at the beginning and to really get your systems and structures in place, the better your staff will be and the easier journey that you will have. I haven't even talked about values, but throughout this whole journey, having your values in place, and it's something that we go in the business pathway program, is very beneficial so that you know what your business values are, and then you can attract the same staff or contractors that share the business values with you, which will help your business grow and be a better business for you and less heartache for you of having people that don't fit your business. If you're rocking a small business and you're preparing for the next stage, what would you need to do? You'd probably be looking for new premises if you were going to jump up again, meaning that you've probably got 3 or 4 people working for you, even 1 or 2. Maybe you've outgrown it and you need to go somewhere else. Thinking about what kind of expansion you want to create. You know, how big do you want to go? Do you want to just stay as a successful small business, or is it about really jumping to that next level? Thinking about who complements who, what kind of modalities that you would have if you were going to go to that next level. This stage, again, you would definitely be business planning for this next move. And you would also, because of the management that's going to come in this next level, you'd probably be starting to reduce the personal you from the clients. So thinking about building a business now that can run with your people in it and not so much about you. If you go back to the solo business stage, it's very much about you. Your clients are very reliant on you. As you go into a small business, they're still reliant on you. They're still there for you. And if you're going to jump on the train and move to the next stage, it's actually about removing your personal attachment with your clients. And I don't mean stepping away so that you don't have your values and things, but you really need a business that can operate without you. So let's jump on this train. We're getting busier in the city as we go, and let's travel to the next station. And this would be a wellness centre. So really, if you got to this stage and your small business was taking off and you were employing more and more people, at some point you would go, you know what, I am a wellness centre. I'm a multi-modality clinic. I've got practitioners working for me. We'd have online client systems. You'd have huge client databases. Your role at this point is very managerial. It's really about stepping back and taking on the managerial role, the staff management, the overall running of the wellness centre. You may choose to get an operations manager if you still really like to see your clients, and a lot of wellness centres still do see clients, but it's stepping back a little bit and being really aware of the operations of this. Obviously, a lot of HR, a lot of business management. You'll be dealing with customer complaints and customer happiness. You'd be really honing in on your marketing, your HR. You're really a jack of all trades. And at this point, this is definitely a full-time 24/7 thinking about this business all the time. Having said that, this can be an absolute fun space to be in. This is not a scary space. This is a great space to be in. And I really think that these wellness centres, I mean, there's so many of them cropping up now. This is the way that the industry is going to go, and this is where we'll become viable against the medical industry. In terms of earning capacity, you know what, you could be anywhere from 150 up. Really depends on the size of the wellness centre and how big you want it. Again, remembering that this is all about you and what fits for you in your business style. And yeah, I think that's all I need to say about the wellness centre. So if you're in a wellness centre stage, what can you do to enhance it? Again, systems and procedures. I don't think I can say that enough when you get to this point of business. Time management, business management, really structured marketing, and obviously staff management. You'd be going to courses, you'd be learning new skills, you'd be watching what other wellness centres do, you'd be really trying to look at how you can be cutting edge in this wellness centre to really help your clients and to keep a sustainable business running. So it would be a lot of management stuff. Preparing for the next stage, if you are at a wellness centre, you're getting to the point where you're going to have your business running without you. Really documented procedures, it's systemized, streamlined. If you can go on a holiday for 2 months and a business can run without you, then you are really in a great space. The next stage is selling a business. So you start to research business brokers and get to the point where, you know what, I've built it for all it's worth. So let me jump on the train and go to the next station, which is the last station. And that's probably where you would sell a business. You've built you could actually jump to this station from from a small business or the wellness centre stage. You could jump to this sale place, but really at this point you've got to have everything. It's got to be profitable. It's got to be able to run without you. It's got to be the place where you can say, you know what, this is a really saleable thing. You'd be looking at lawyers, business brokers, all that kind of thing to sell. And then when you sell, you cash out and you get back on the train and you probably start again, because the entrepreneur cycle that we go into, and the true entrepreneur, When they've built a business and sold it, then they start thinking, well, what else can I do? What other things can I get my hands in? So it's really interesting that when you start to monitor the entrepreneur cycle, it starts again. And many researchers have talked about this theory as well. And that's why the circle of the train track is so apt, because when you get to the end and you've sold a business, you really think to yourself, well, what else can I get my teeth into? And I hear it all the time where somebody will say, oh, I retired and I sold my business, but they can't stay retired because they're so used to being busy and having their finger in a business that they love it. So that was a very fast journey around the track. Let me just recap for you that there is no right or wrong on the journey, that whatever station or area of business you are in, it's perfect for you if you want to stay there. I really just wanted to emphasize that there is no station that is better than the other, and you can stop wherever you like on the journey. You can go forwards, you can go backwards, and you can skip the wellness centre one and go straight to sale if you were from small business. Normally, if you're at solo business, much harder to sell your business from there because it's still very reliant on you, and people, if you sold that business at that stage, would probably leave because the business is built on you. So I hope that's helped you. Please feel free to type in any questions that you have, and I'm happy to answer them. Let me just give you a little bit of a recap. If you are still on your self-discovery and going from hobby, then the My Wellness Business website is for you. There's free business articles and you can learn as much or as little as you like about running a business, depending on where you're at. The next stage is Wellness Hubs Australia, where we have the local groups really teaching you about business skills so that you can upskill your knowledge, and it's really about implementation. Also there, really knowing that investing in your business and your education is imperative if you're going to grow to the next stage. At the next stage, it'd be about the Business Pathway program, and that's the 10 areas that I took you through of your solo business, and we're commencing in Sydney on Monday, the 10th of August. And then I talked about the Business Growth program, where you're going from your solo business into your small business and your wellness centre, and you need to learn more about systems and HR. There is my email address and my phone number. I hope this has helped you. I hope that you have got something out of today, and if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask me, or you can email me at a later stage if you want to as well. So thank you. And I'll just sit here and think, waiting for questions. If you need to go, feel free to go. Okay, so here's a question from Carly. As someone who's just starting out, where is the best place to find clients? Okay, so the best place for you to start finding clients is through your friends and relatives, or your old contacts, or things like that. So getting out there and telling people about your new business, asking people to refer people to you. The easiest way is to give a couple of freebies to somebody so that they can see that you're good at it, and that's helped them to get some testimonials, and then start to get those people to refer you to other people. There is a blog on the My Wellness Business website, and it's 12 tips to start a business when you have nothing, like no database or anything. So have a look at that, Carly, because that's a great article as well, and that will give you some ideas. But it's really about talking to anybody and everybody about your business. Angela says, thank you. Great roundup of the wellness journey. Thank you, Angela. I'm glad it helped you. And if you think of questions afterwards and you want to email me, that's totally fine as well. I'm happy to answer them for you. Anne says she's been practicing from home and ready to move into a professional premises. Is there a network to connect with businesses to find suitable rooms to rent in an existing practice? Yes, absolutely, Anne. Wellness Hubs Australia has always been contacted by practitioners and clinic owners who are looking for practitioners. So if you want to email me and let me know where you're based, I can try and put you in touch with somebody. I already know of somebody in Neutral Bay who's looking for practitioners, so I don't know where you're based, but I have that all the time. There's always clinic owners looking for practitioners, so if you're ready to move out of home, there is heaps of options there. Carly says, can she get a copy of the slides? I'm going to run this again live. Oh, that was the other thing I should have said to you guys. I'm going to run this again live on the, I think it's the 22nd of July. It's a Wednesday. So if you have any other practitioner colleagues that you think might benefit from this, please let them know. So Carly, you can always jump in again. And otherwise, that you will get a recording, so you'll be able to look at it again as well. Thank you, Anne. Lovely to have chatted to you. So yes, I am going to run this again on the 22nd of July. So it was the same link that you guys registered on, and if anybody that you know, anybody who might be interested in watching it, feel free to let them know. Thank you, because that helps me as well. If you need to go, feel free to go. Otherwise, I'm happy to sit here and answer questions. For anybody listening to the recording, same deal. If you want to turn it off, feel free. I'll just sit here. There is a bit of a delay between when people type and when I receive it. So I'll just wait until people are out of the room. But thank you all for coming. Robin says, there is certainly a lot involved. Just wondering, I don't really have a big network of friends or relatives. Is there any other areas I might find clients? Yep, Robin, depending on what modality you did, a lot of them do, colleges will do the clinics as well, where you do a student clinic. So you might be able to get some clients through there. Really, my advice is talk to everybody about what it is that you do. So I even used to stand at the school gate and talk about what I did to people, not overly pushy, but just really letting everybody know what you do. You never know where you're going to find a client from. And especially depending on what you do, when I go to barbecues, family functions, all that kind of stuff, if you're meeting somebody new, they'll inevitably say, what do you do? So always having your card on hand, and really just being open to having clients come from anywhere is really the most important. Again, have a look at that blog about starting a business from when you don't have any clients, because there's some other good ideas there. Stephen asks that he's looking for investors to invest in wellness. Stephen, I haven't met anybody who's going to put in additional capital into a wellness business, but I am really can keep my ears and eyes open for you. I can put it out there through my contacts and see. If you want to send me an email and tell me a bit more about what you're looking for, that would be fantastic. And then I can just see if I can help you. Yeah, Robin says that she does art therapy, counselling, and a stand at the school gate might be good. Yeah, the problem with that, you just need to really be careful about what the school will and not let you do. But with counselling and art therapy, my advice is to talk to everybody and anybody about what you do. When you're really starting out, that's the best way that you can do. And thinking about who you want to work with, and really targeting those people. So there's no point going and printing 500 flyers and doing a letterbox drop around your area, because you're probably going to be wasting 450 of them on people that aren't even relevant to you. So it's thinking about what kind of client you really want to work with and where would they be and where can you go and talk to them. Networking is a beautiful way of meeting people in your local area. So thinking about joining networking groups, because that's a great way of getting new clients as well. Okay, I think that's it. There's no more questions coming through. Thank you all for coming. Remember, there's my email address, so feel free to email me if you have any other questions, and remind your friends that it's going to be on again if they're interested in attending. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.